Hey guys, I'm downrange setting up the DSLR camera because rather than the video camera that I have down there that I usually set up the laptop for, I wanted you guys to get a close-up view, so I tried to start them right around the exact same time with the remote for this camera and starting that camera down there. And I wanted you to really see how crazy I got the accuracy with slugs on this gun. So this is the Skout Epoch with the so I had a custom STX barrel made, and so I wanted to, it had the liner in there, and it was in there great, and I got it pretty accurate. I showed you guys in a previous video the way that I did it. I got in there as far as I could using 3M tape, 3M rubber tape that's pretty thick. It was a couple millimeters thick, and also I don't know if you guys can see, I got a whole bunch of sound testing equipment over here. I'm doing some moderator testing. I'm gonna have another video on that. I got some decibel meters that record data and some other types of microphones for software for it. I'm kind of going crazy with that. Anyways, I wanted you guys to really see. So when I had Bill send me another setup without having it put together. So they didn't epoxy the ends on the end right there for the moderator, and the end over on the end for the barrel, the liner tensioner, and on this side for the caliber. He sent me the pieces and the outer barrel full length so I could cut it on my own. So what I did is I took a piece of aluminum, and it was 3/4 inches thick, which was exactly the diameter of the inside of this. And any play that would be left is taken up by the epoxy when I epoxied it in. So I machined out the middle, I bored out the middle, and I made that the exact diameter of the outer barrel of the FX, outer barrel, the outer diameter of the outer barrel, and that diameter is the same as the inner diameter of that piece of aluminum. Then I epoxied that barrel liner, that outer barrel from FX into the aluminum. So you can still remove the liner and the sleeve, the carbon fiber sleeve in between the inner and outer barrel. And you can change calibers that way, but everything else is epoxied together. So this is epoxied to the aluminum, which is epoxied to the FX outer barrel, and then the sleeve and carbon fiber can both slide out, but those are very tight tolerances. There's like no movement. So this gun is so incredibly accurate. I really wanted to share it with you guys because you can make this gun crazy accurate with slugs. I mean, crazy accurate. Honestly, I think this thing has got my impact beat. It's insane. So I'm going to show you right now, and I'm going to lay this video over this so you can see where I'm hitting. So I'm going to be aiming for, I'm shooting at this is only a 7-inch target that I'm shooting at. All right, so you guys just keep that in mind, because it's the DSLR camera. I put my I think it's a 35 to 300 millimeter lens, so it zooms in crazy far, and I've got it. It doesn't need to be zoomed in very far because it's not all that far from the target, but it's zoomed in far enough that you don't really see anything else. So you'll see when I lay it over, or well, you're probably seeing it right now as you're watching. But here we go. So I'm sure you can see it started off a little bit low because I hadn't shot it. I had just started this video and then started shooting. But this is, now that it's warmed up, it's going to keep shooting in the same spot. I mean, it kind of was already, but just a little bit low the first couple of shots. So just for reference, that center circle is 1/2 inch. That red circle in the middle. All right, that's a full magazine through that one hole. That one hole. There's a couple of those little dots on the side missing, but those are ricochets. Every single, I'm sure you guys can tell when you're watching the layover. You can play it slowly. You'll see every single one hit. Now I'm going to shoot those little holes, those little dots. So I'm going to shoot on the bottom left corner, the one that's the furthest in towards the center, the one like there's only one there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 there's 3 on the bottom, 3 on the left, and there's one right inside of those. I'm going to shoot that one. Hair high. All right, I'm going to shoot the furthest one to the right on the bottom. I guess I'm a hair high. Okay, furthest one to the left, coming from the right. Next one over from it. Next one over from that. Right above that one. Top one on the left bottom. Next one down. Next one down. Next one down. Next one over. So those are all 1/2 inch, and those are at 50 yards. So granted, it's a controlled environment. There's no wind in here, but they're 55 grain 30 caliber slugs. The wind isn't, unless it's a real heavy wind, it's not going to have that big of an effect. I'm going to go for the red dots now, starting at the bottom one. Shit. That was me. There we go. Nope. I knew that one was going to fuck something up, because every time I shoot at the top row, and it's along that piece that I welded up there to hang the targets from, because I was blowing through everything else, I had to weld a 5/8 piece of steel to the back of that little bullet trap to be able to stop the shit that I shoot at it. Anyways, I'm going to go adjust that camera. And I don't have too many more in that magazine, but this is what I'm shooting, just so you guys can see. These are the 55 grain slugs that I pressed. So that's what I'm shooting out of it. They're 55 grain hollow point slugs that I pressed. All right, I'm gonna run down here. I'm gonna adjust the camera onto a different target. I'll finish off that mag, maybe do one more. And I'm going to do some real precision shooting. So there's this, the diamond on the top here. Let's see. This fucking battery died. Well, hopefully I got most of that. I can't believe it just said full and then it died. I got to change them no matter what when I start, because this is freaking ridiculous. Anyways, sorry about that. Hopefully I got at least a good portion of that. but I'll try to match up the time as best I can, and I'll do some more shooting right now. You know what? In fact, I'll bring down another one of those 7-inch targets, and I'll replace that, and I'll do that again. I'll just leave the camera where it is, put a new battery, because I don't know how much of it you guys missed, which sucks because I timed everything and it's a pain in my neck, but it is what it is. I'll replace it, and then I'll do another 7-inch target if I didn't blow that clip apart. Oh, I don't see it. Yeah, see, there's even holes in the freaking metal on this thing. Here, let me get the battery and get this thing going. Alright, so it's about to start recording now. There we are. It's recording. I don't know where the clip went. Here's the target for whatever you didn't see before. And that's all the small holes that I was shooting at, and the whole, basically the whole magazine is right there. That is the whole first magazine. Here's the clip. Okay. So I'll show you that one more time. I want you guys to really see, like, if you're interested in this gun and you like shooting slugs, like I do, you can make it a really accurate slug gun. You can absolutely, positively make it a very accurate slug gun. I did it, so, you know, I'm not guessing. Let me load one more mag real quick, because now that I didn't get to sure, I don't know how much of that you're gonna get to see, but we'll find out when I lay it over, because I'm gonna edit it shortly here, and then I'm gonna put it up. And I have another 3D printer video to put up, and then I'm doing some preliminary testing. Somebody suggested getting I forget the name of it, an oscilloscope, but you know, like a waveform generator. I forget what they're called. And I've been looking into it. Like, I've been looking thoroughly into it, but there's not a lot they're not meant to measure sound. So even with like a $2,000-3,000, you know what? It's gonna drive me nuts what they're called. So I'm gonna look it up real quick. Even with a $2,000-3,000 one, you still have to make modifications and kind of like custom modifications to make it read sound, because they're not meant to read sound. They're meant to read frequency, like radio frequency and power, like electrical and shit like that. It's not meant to read, you know, the type of thing that I'm trying to get a grip on, not a grip on, to get an accurate, like, thorough analysis of, which I'm getting from the software that I've downloaded, and from the new gauges, the new meters that I got, because they're all data logging meters, so you can actively see the decibel level as you shoot, and then you can see a graph when you're done. So I can see the sound signature of the moderator as it is on that, and then I can compare that to another moderator, a stock moderator, you know, on a graph, just from the sound meters that I got. And actually, I bought 3 of them plus the one I already had. There's only one that I'm gonna keep, and it's actually not the most expensive. I might keep 2, because I'm gonna keep 2 because I already had one. So, but there's the one that the one that I'm gonna keep out of the ones I just bought is not the one you'd expect, because it's a lot less expensive than both of the other 2. But the other 2, so there's different decibel different ways to measure decibels. There's different ways to weigh a decibel reading. So decibels can be weighed in dBA, dBc, and dBz. So dBA is most close to what the human ear is going to hear. So it's pretty relevant to this. And then dBc, digital. This is digital oscilloscope, but that's not what it's a son of a bitch. It's then dBz is there's zero editing to it. It's the real level. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. I'm looking at these devices that I've been reading about. I don't know why the name is escaping me right now. I mean, they're waveform generators. I mean, that's essentially what, and that's exactly what they are. They're oscilloscopes, some of them, but for the most part, they're waveform generators, like graphical waveform generators. So you see the actual waveform, which gives you a way to see the sound signature of the suppressor. But I'm also seeing it in a graph. You know, I'm seeing all the it's a spectrum analyzer. So I've been looking up audio spectrum analyzer, and it shows the spectrum of the sound, but it's not really sound on these. It's a time spectrum analyzer, but it's in gigahertz, and it's really meant for radio and electrical. So I mean, the oscilloscopes, you can make them work with audio, but there's all kinds of stuff you have to do. Everything I've researched, it seems to be very complicated, and you know, it's not like I can't do it, but I mean, it's not like I'm not being thorough as it is. I'm testing all this stuff with, I have 4 multimeters, I mean, four decibel meters right in front of me, and then a Sirius microphone going to my computer for a software that's essentially that same thing. So I'm going to do another testing video that's going to be a little more thorough than just with 1 decibel meter. That, as it turns out, the only way it measured was the way the human ear, you know, in dBA. So now I can do it in dBc and dBz. Okay, so now to show you the accuracy back at that target. So whoever says this isn't a slug gun needs to take a look at this video, because this is damn sure a Skout Epoch that I'm shooting, and I'm shooting 55 grain 30 caliber slugs, and look at the size of that hole. So that's just about an entire magazine right there, I'm sure. Yeah, there's 5 shots left, so that's like 17 shots, 18 shots. So I'm gonna go for the red small circles, starting at the bottom. Now keep in mind, these are 1/2 inch. top one I'll knock the target off, so I'll do the black ones on the bottom, starting with the one closest to the target. You know what? I'm going to try something a little harder. I'm going to go for the number 7 on the left side. Ah, shit. Son of a bitch. Alright, go for it now. Ah, damn it. Alright, number 8. Number 9. Oh, you fuck. I'm sorry, excuse my language. I'm really trying with that. Okay. I'm just going to do a few more, and I'm sure you guys get the picture, but this gun can most definitely be a very accurate slug gun, and I'm sure it will be when Skout comes out with their slug barrels, because the twist rate, their barrels with their carbon fiber liner that they have epoxied on it, those are great with pellets. If it wasn't, and they're solid and they're tensioned in, so those with slugs with the right twist rate and the way they do the barrels, I think are going to be fantastic. I haven't tried them. They haven't even come out with them yet. I told Bill from Skout that as soon as they're done, I want a 22, because I'm going to make this multi-caliber. I'll probably have 22, 25, and 30. I already have 22 and 25. I mean 22 and 30 that I've been using in it. With an STX liner in the other one that I got previously that I modified. I left it the way it was. I just changed the liner. So I guess I'm gonna go for the other number. Oh, I'm gonna go for that number 9. There we go. Now we'll go for the other side, number 9. Oh, a little bit right. I kind of hit the 8 too. I'll go for the 8 anyway. And the 7. Oh, what the hell? I'm still hitting a little low. What the hell? Yeah, I'm hitting a little low. Consistently, though. There we go. Yeah, very consistently. I kind of had to aim up a little bit because I knew I was low for that one, but I'm not sure how I got to be a little low. But the punchline is, the gun is incredibly consistent. I mean, I just put an entire magazine in a hole that's probably an inch. I mean, those two that were a little bit outside of that hole, the one they're still attached to the hole. Both of them are, but the one on the top and the bottom, I bet you center to center is probably 1.5 inches, which I could have been inside of 1 inch, no problem. I mean, you could be inside of less if I really take my time. You know what? Matter of fact, I'll do a group of 5 in the center of the bottom of the outer ring. I don't know if I cocked it or not yet. The other thing is, you know, I have to adjust for that. Let's not count that one. I think I made my point. I mean, you can do it right through the same damn hole. I mean, this barrel is so rigid, and I luckily got a really good STX liner when I got my 30 caliber liner, an 800 millimeter. I have a 700 too, but that's in my crown, and I mean, I don't really need it. I haven't been using the 700 on. I'm not going to use it on this gun because this gun, they're making it with a 35-inch barrel. So 800 millimeter is the least I want to go. 700 is like 27 and change. So 800 is going to be, it's just over 30 inch. So it's still like 4 inches shorter, but it's still enough. I mean, it's enough to get a really accurate shot. So I'm going to just let that fill up. And I'll bleed this up. And then I'm going to shut the bottle. Alright, so that's going to be it for this video. I just wanted to show you guys that were interested in the Scout and that saw my other videos. I was having a little bit of a problem getting it to be really as accurate. At first I was having more of a problem trying to use the pellet barrels to make it accurate with slugs, because it's not meant to be accurate with slugs with those barrels. Those are pellet barrels. They're made to be for pellets. That's why they're incredibly accurate with pellets. I mean, the first time I shot this gun, I shot half of the center of one of those targets with 5 shots. But now I've got it even more accurate than that with 55 grain slugs. And it likes 55 grain for some reason. It doesn't like 60, it doesn't like 57, it doesn't like 47, it doesn't like 50. It just likes 55 grain for some reason. I don't know why. I thought I might have to go lighter. I was hoping I could go a little heavier, but the velocity and the accuracy suffer. 55 is the sweet spot. I'm getting good velocity, right around 1,000 a second. You know, maybe a little more. I can get it a little higher, a little lower, but it maintains accuracy at that, you know, like 10-20 maybe. I haven't really tried to go any higher than that because I don't want to sacrifice accuracy, but maintaining very high accuracy like this, you can go as high as, you know, a little over 1,000 feet a second, which is plenty for me. I mean, I'm going to be shooting. If I'm using this in competition. I already decided that now. I mean, this gun has gotten so accurate and has really thoroughly impressed me. This is going to be my bench gun this year and next year, for sure. And I'm going to put the original barrel back in it, the original moderator, because the original internals to the moderator, because this gun was so accurate with pellets the way it came. I'm just going to put it right back that way. I have the 3 liners, I have the original shroud. I'm just going to put it all back the way it was. Put the internal of the suppressor back in, and that's that. I'm putting it back the way it was because it shoots pellets so well. At that, you know, I'll have to turn it down a little bit. But with the original stuff, it shoots pellets so well, so accurate. There's no way I could consider using another gun. The only thing is I may put the barrel band, because the bottom rail for this, I actually had it and I sent it back because it brought this down so far, and Accutech had the front of it up so damn high. I mean, the back of it you'd have to have like up here just to be straight. That's the only negative. So the barrel band is really the only way to go for that, you know. I mean, it is what it is. I had to do it on the crown too. So anyways, that's probably what I'll do for competition, because I want to use my bipod that I got from Nikolai with the joystick. That's very helpful for bench shooting. I'll probably try that with the bottle clamp. But anyways, I'll see you guys on the next video where I'll be doing some more moderator testing. Here you can see some of the testing equipment that I've got out. That's the multimeter. That's not the one I already had, but you'd be surprised that one was like $100, and it's the best one out of you know, this one was a lot more, the other one that I have was a lot more, and then this stuff is totally different. This is just really high-end audio equipment. So this right here is that's specifically for you know, you can alter audio signal And you can, these are two different microphones, and then there's an external microphone as well. So then this goes to this, and then this is how you input it. Like if I wanted to put it into my iPad or my even my phone, that can transfer it into a because there's different software for iOS than there is for Windows. I'd prefer to use Windows, but you know, whatever's got the best software is what I want to use. So I've been trying everything, but I'll be making another video following up on this shortly. But anyways, that's it. I just wanted to show you guys that the Skout Epoch can be a very accurate slug gun, and I am very surprised and impressed myself. So hopefully you guys are, and if you're a slug shooter and you were on the fence about the gun, this will make up your mind for you, because honestly, if I had seen this, I wouldn't have had any doubts about it in the first place. I didn't have any doubts about the gun. I had the doubts about the slugs, because you know, I had heard it was a pellet shooter, and it is, but I also saw people doing the same thing with the custom STX liner, and that's why I called and asked Bill if he could do it. And he did, and I just modified it and made another one. And you know, I told him what I did. He's free to do it if he wants again. It's not anything that anybody else couldn't do. It's not like I've been patenting my my barrel designs. I'm not making the actual barrel. I'm just making it tensioned and rigid. But and you guys too. Hopefully you guys will you know, do this too. If you buy one and you want to shoot slugs, so you can, and you want it to be this accurate, then you can do it, and that's how. So anybody has any questions, shoot me a comment. You know, you guys, if you comment on any of my videos, you know I answer everybody's comment. So I'm happy to hear from anybody, and I'll answer you and help you out the best I can if you want to do it yourself. All right, later guys.